Wowee. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Isn't she gorgeous?
Isn't she gorgeous? Who are we talking about? The podcast. She's lovely. She's absolutely lovely.
And in case you didn't realise, that was Tony Gregg introducing the podcast.
Yeah.
He just popped in.
Well, go on, Bill. Say something. Google it. Have a bit of fun with it. It's good stuff. You know what? We're a bit looser when we head towards the weekend. So I tell you who else isn't quite loose.
Who?
Tom Ballard. How fun was he?
Yeah, he was good. He dished all the dirt on the other comedians. Good fun.
Yeah.
Some good stuff.
How good's potting people behind their back?
Yeah, so good. Apparently that's what comedians do.
Yeah, who would have thought? Not Cal Wilson, though. She's lovely.
No, she's gorgy. She's very nice. Apparently one of the nicest in the business.
I tell you who likes to pot people in front of them as well via a little segment called Jodies Diary, and that's Jodie. So that's a bit of fun for you, isn't it?
No, but it's not potting people. It's potting you, and that's completely different. I'm allowed to do that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it is.
You think I don't have feelings as well?
Nah.
You think this big old heart of mine's made out of stone, do you?
I think if you've got feelings, you're just not in touch with them.
Well, maybe now's the... No, not now. Maybe later. Welcome to the podcast.
Well, Hayesy, our next guest is performing at the Garden of Unearthly Delights in the Spiegelzelt. Have I got that right, Cal Wilson?
You've absolutely nailed it, Jodie.
What's a Spiegelzelt when it's at home?
I believe it's German for like play tent or show tent.
Yeah.
But it's one of those old, from the outside it just looks like a shed and you go inside and it's full of mirrors and sparkly lights and stuff and it's magical.
Oh, that's fun. And how's it been going?
It's been going great.
Yeah.
It feels like the Fringe has just come back at 200%.
Oh, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
that's wonderful.
I think they're well on track to sell 1 million tickets.
And only to my show, too, as it happens, which is exciting. I mean, it's standing room only at that capacity. But
Oh, dear. And so what's the show about?
the show is about tiny irritations, so the things that aggravate you irrationally.
Okay.
So, like, my husband, who is the love of my life, we've been together for 20 years. For the first 18 years of our relationship, he said supposedly and not supposedly, and then denied he'd ever said it. But now our son is old enough to join and go, no, you're saying supposedly, Dad. And so he's too paranoid to say anything now, and now he goes, it could be supposed.
Does he also have a couple of beers and then merge onto espresso martinis?
He doesn't do that one, but he spells lose with 2 O's.
Oh,
Which-
it's loose.
Yeah, see, I keep saying to him, no, there's a big difference between I've got nothing to lose and I've got nothing to loose. And at my age, that sounds like showing off, doesn't it? Really?
Yes.
So,
Yes, it really does. Especially if you've had children. Then.
well, a guy in the front row the first night went, oh, wait, how many kids have you had? And I was like, I don't normally discuss my private bits with complete strangers. And if I do, it costs $250. Quite hard to make an appointment. It doesn't normally happen in the front row of a show.
You have something that annoys me when you're autocorrect on your phone. What is that word?
Oh, it's a word. It's just. So
Oh, yeah.
it keeps on coming up as. I think that's me. It doesn't autocorrect. It comes up as Juts. Jujuts.
So he'll
it's
go-
something. It's very minor.
I'm just around the corner, but it's
Yeah.
I'm juts around the corner. Fix your autocorrect.
Yes,
See,
but
and have you ever wanted to use the word ducking in your life?
yeah.
In a message?
No.
Yes.
No.
I tried to send a message to a friend who's doing a comedy show, and what I wanted to say was, you're really good at pathos. Like, he's really good at making it kind of like the poignant part.
Yeah.
So I wanted to send, you're really good at pathos. Autocorrect decided it was, you're really good at patios.
Yeah.
So like, I'm going, get out of entertainment, just do construction.
Which is true.
Like,
This is a true story, Cal, and I'm not sure if I can say this, but I will say it anyway because it's absolutely a true story. When I write in emails, Hayesy, Hayesy, it autocorrects to gayest.
you're being nagged by your own email.
I know. There's a couple of times where I sent it through, I'm like, why does it insist that it corrects it to that? It won't recognise Hayesy, but it's happy to say gayest, so there you go.
I also love that the person on the receiving end of that is going, good, he's owning his sexuality.
That's great. That's
Exactly.
great. I did a terrible thing to another comedian who asked me to be part of her show last Fringe, and she'd sent me, like, we'd only met a couple of times, and she sent me this lovely private message on Instagram going, would you like to come and be part of my show and just do 5 minutes and everything? I was like, oh, I must reply to her. But I had my phone in my hand and I accidentally angry reacted to it without realising. And then when I go back to reply to her, she's written this second incredibly apologetic text message about, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to offend you and everything. I was like, oh my God, I've traumatised this woman. It was just my thumb has gone rogue.
13, 24, 10, when did one emoji ruin your life?
It really changed your day. Cal, have we seen you cruising about the markets?
Oh yes, so I'm friends with Poe, right? We did I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here Together.
Yes, of course.
And so I like to work on her market stall when I'm here because it's the only time I have a proper job.
Yeah.
And so on Sunday I was there. She lets me wrap pies and shout out people's names. I'm not allowed to handle money because I'm not an adult. But so I just love working on her market stall because she's just like this joy in human form.
Isn't she?
And being she pays me in pies and pastries, so I'm very happy to do it.
Yeah.
But a woman walked past and just leaned in and went, "I see comedy's not working out for you."
See, I was thinking, I wonder how many people have walked past me and like, oh my God, that is Cal Wilson's doppelganger. Right there.
I do get that sometimes. So you look like that comedian.
Yeah. Oh my God, I saw this woman at the markets today. She looked exactly like Cal Wilson, but she was handing out pies, so it couldn't be.
Well, I had a woman once. I was doing a show in Melbourne, and I had a woman tweet, "The host of this show looks like a try-hard Cal Wilson," and she'd attached a photo, and it was me. And I was like, what is the try-hard aspect of this?
I've had people say to me before, "Oh, you look like that Jodie off the news," and I was like, "What do you say? Do you correct them, or do you just let it slide through to the keeper?"
Well, it depends if they follow up. I hate her. I had a drunk person try and tell me how awful Cal Wilson was once, which was hilarious. And when they realised they just fell off the chair they were on, subsided to the floor. But it was so, they're like, "Oh, Cal Wilson, she's a mole." And I was like, that's me, don't you?
Yeah. I'm the mole. Yeah. Cal, thank you so much for coming in. The show is supposedly... You should just, how do you say it? You should just go along and see it.
Just go get a ticket.
Do you know what I love? Juts sounds like it could be the third member of your breakfast show, like Jodie, Hayesy and Juts.
Yeah, it does.
Cal, thanks so much for coming in. You're on till the 19th of March. Go see it. She's amazing.
For holiday accommodation more comfy than your cozies, jump on the What If app.
With hotels, holiday rentals, holiday parks and more, find the perfect fit for holiday you.
Book your getaway on the What If app.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
Well, Hayesy, our next guest joins us from the Adelaide Fringe. His show is called It Is I. It is Tom Ballard. Good morning to you. How are you?
Morning, mates. I'm very well. How are you?
Welcome along.
Thank you so much. Happy Fringe.
Happy-
The Fringe is on. The subs are coming.
Yeah.
Adelaide is live.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a solid thing to relate to. You got the Fringe, you got the subs. Where else would you rather be?
Last night at my show, people wearing T-shirts going subs. People excited about the subs. It's all subs all the time.
Not to be confused with Subway.
No,
right?
no. Okay, delicious as they are.
Yeah.
Nuclear, and some of those sandwiches are nuclear. But no, this is a different... Are they a sponsor? I don't know. What am I supposed to say? Do we like Subway?
Yeah,
okay.
we do.
We love them all.
Subway, eat fresh, everybody.
Mate, take us through the show. What's it all about?
Well, as the title might suggest, it was all registered before I'd written it. It Is I is very generic, I think. But the idea is like, it is I, Tom Ballard, on stage yelling at you for an hour. And it's basically an update on my life. I didn't do a show last year. I was shooting a TV show in Tassie, which is coming out later this year, which is cool. But I basically let people know that I'm still in love with my little boyfriend. We're 3 years on. We met in Adelaide in 2020, the Adelaide Fringe.
Where did you meet? At the Fringe?
We were performing in the same venue. He's a circus acrobat.
Yes.
And he's performing after me, and we liked each other. Went back to Melbourne, went straight into lockdown, and fell in love because we had nothing else to do.
Can I
a
say,
stock
controversially,
standard love story.
a circus acrobat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, winning.
So I have a bit of the show. Whenever you tell anyone you're dating an acrobat, the immediate reaction is, you must be. People assume we're having freaky circus sex, and it's not. It's just nice, normal, boring Christian lovemaking. Is that we're engaged with? So.
The acrobats certainly have a bit of a reputation.
Question for you without notice. Other comedians, do you all get along? Is it like a tight little family?
Yes, of course.
No, that was high-pitched. Incorrect.
It's fine. I'll list you off air the bad ones. But look, the scene is relatively small, really, even though there's more comedians than ever before. But, you are going to run into almost everyone at some point. And my general policy is if you don't like someone that you don't have to spend time with them. But the ones that you do love so much because you've all been through the same crap together and we're all just struggling in the world of showbiz, trying to make people laugh, for God's sakes.
Well, you were just admitting that you basically go around each day and have lunch with different comedians. So if you can list the ones that you have had lunch with, then by the power of deduction, we can work out the ones that you really don't like.
Well, who's top shelf? Who's your go-to? Who's universally absolutely loved?
Well, I recently saw Cal Wilson this week, and she is the nicest person in comedy and perhaps the country as well. I think if you don't like Cal Wilson, there's something deeply wrong with you, and you need to work through your issues.
Isn't she a Kiwi? She's the nicest person in this country. Yeah. She's not from this country.
Yeah, we need to import nice people. We're Kiwis. Yeah, New Zealand, the Hobart of the world. But no, she's just so sweet. Her comedy is hilarious. Everybody loves Cal Wilson. I'm trying to think who's the real...
She was just saying she gives out pies for Poe in her market. She just
Just for fun.
Just for fun.
Gives out pies to what, to people?
To
for fun?
customers at her little market stall.
Yes.
She said she gives that to her closest friends.
Yeah.
Is this news to you?
I have not received a pie. Okay, revised opinion. Cal Wilson's a bitch. I said it. I said it on Nova 919. Call in now if you agree. 13 22 10. Is that the number?
Oh, you're so
Close.
close.
24. That's fine. Okay.
Who's the ones that... This guy Ostentatious. Do you know Ostentatious?
Yeah.
Okay, so legendary comedian, had the big hit years ago and stuff, and he likes to express his opinions on particularly young comedians today via Facebook, and of course everyone else is terrible and bad, and he's the greatest comedian of all time.
Wow.
I don't like that.
Why
So
do
we
you
started a
need to
lot
do
of
that?
beefs. Well, he's very busy playing RSLs across this country, but it takes time out of that to let young comedians know that they're too woke and not funny.
Why can't you lift people up? I mean, we're all in this together, aren't we?
Well, I mean, that's never going to happen in comedy. I mean, as much as everyone loves everyone in comedy, the tradition of bitching about each other, being jealous of their success, getting angry at their opportunities that you're not receiving themselves, this is a time-honoured comedy tradition.
Oh, this reminds me of an industry I can't quite think.
Well,
radio!
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, why can't we all just raise each
Yeah.
other up?
Yeah,
It kind of reminds us of the entire workforce on this planet.
Yes.
But comedians have so much more spare time to do the bitching, you see. So you
Right.
do, you do an hour show a night during the Fringe, then you've got the whole day, you've got a whole lunch to connect with other comedians and to talk about, hey, did you see this guy? He sucks. We're the best.
Yeah. Well, Tom, thank you so much for coming in this morning. It's
Thank
always
you.
lovely to chat with you, and I'm going to get that list of heinous comedians off there now.
Let's podcast that one and put it on Patreon or something, yeah.
Tom Ballard, Rhino Room upstairs until it's tomorrow night, 18th of March. So just jump on, get your tickets from adelaidefringe.com.au. Tom, thank you so much.
Thanks, mates.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hazy's on Miss Daisy.
Happy Friday, 17th of March. Let's take a little trip. Where do you want to go, producer Zoe?
Memory lane.
Sure.
All right.
Next stop, St. Patrick's Day is today.
To be sure.
There it is. I was going to ask you, can you give us your best Irish accent, but obviously you're a little connoisseur at that. What have you got?
Oh, all right, laddie. To be sure, to be sure.
That's what they say. I think they just cruise around just to be sure, and the other person says, to be sure, and they just flick their hats at each other.
All right, lad.
That's what they do. All right there, lad. 1763 was the first St. Patrick's Day, so no doubt since then the Irish have been absolutely consuming irresponsibly on this day. Anything they can get their hands on.
As they should.
1944, Big Bertha, world's oldest cow, was born in Ireland. She lived to be 49 years old, and she birthed 39 calves. Good on you, Big Bertha.
That's a lot in 49 years.
Yeah, it's a lot. How long was it? 49 years. So what we did find out about Big Bertha was it wasn't until after that she left us that hated being called Big Bertha. She just preferred Bertha.
She's like Fat Amy, so they
Anyway.
would do it behind her back.
Exactly right. Bless you, Big Bertha. 1990, the lovely Rory Sloane, born in Melbourne, Victoria, today is his 33rd birthday.
Long ball, Sloan! In from the side, brilliant.
Previous captain, of course, looking like as well that he's going to have a nice little comeback. And we're right behind him. Good stuff. 2014, Sia releases her single Chandelier with a music video featuring Maddie. Is it Ziegler or Ziegler? The young dancer.
I think Ziegler.
Didn't she launch her?
Oh, big time.
In saying that, I'm not sure of Maddie's work post Chandelier, but she's doing some good things.
Yeah, she's still with Sia.
Really? Okay. On you, Maddie.
Go on, Maddie.
2020 Golden Raspberry Film Awards, the Razzies. The musical Cats wins 6 awards, including Worst Film. That is just
so grim.
so brutal, isn't it,
So
the Razzies? Oh my gosh. I hope they don't do a radio Razzies. And the number one song on March 17 in 2012 was We Are Young by Fun.
Judge Jody.
Yes.
Yes. All rise. Dear Judge Jodie, my husband and I have just moved back to Adelaide. In the time since being away, my husband and I have had a beautiful little girl. How sweet, how gorgy. Both my husband and I are back at work but are finding childcare fees too extreme. Am I right? How expensive are they? My mother-in-law has offered to look after our daughter, which is so lovely. However, she's a chronic hoarder. When I say chronic, I mean chronic, and we're very grateful to have some childcare relief. I'm just not sure I'm comfortable leaving our child in a house that is covered in dust and junk. Judge, I need your help. We cannot afford the crazy childcare fees. However, I can't mention anything to my mother-in-law that will hurt her feelings and possibly cause a fracture in our relationship. Many thanks, Kelsey from Adelaide Hills. Ooh, tricky.
I've watched these documentaries about chronic, I'm not sure if this is a word, but chronic hoardism.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, my goodness, it's crazy.
I mean, you've watched the documentary, I haven't, so
Yeah.
you know if it's a word or not.
Which is crazy, isn't it? Because usually I only watch things on KO.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah, I just sort of
So true.
verged away there for a second.
You just flick from NBA game to NBA game. Look, this is a really tricky one, and I don't think I could drop my kids off at my mother-in-law's if it was full of crap. I don't think. Firstly, it's dangerous. So I think they need to come up with a compromise. If they can't afford childcare fees, then potentially, I don't know, could you do it at a neutral location? Could you say, come and take her out for the day? I don't know. Or come and do it at my house, maybe? What do you think?
Potentially. I mean, when you take them to McDonald's and the play equipment there,
Yeah, that's good.
it's pretty, there's a lot of security there.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Although
So if you could drop them there for a few hours.
you do.
I'm just thinking out loud. There's no such thing as a bad idea, just ones that need tweaking.
Oh, you mean without the mother-in-law?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good idea. Producers, your thoughts on this one?
It's a tough one. I don't have children, so.
Are you a hoarder, though?
I'm not a hoarder. It's a tough one because I reckon the happy medium has to be come to our house and look after them because hoarding, unfortunately, is actually an illness. You
It
know?
sounds like
So
a real, it's like an addiction thing.
It's actually really sad. So
Yeah.
you don't want to be the insensitive prick saying,
Mm.
the kids aren't coming because you're a hoarder. You got to be a little bit sensitive. So I reckon happy medium, come to our house.
There's ways around that conversation
I
with the
think so.
mother-in-law. She doesn't need to know why
Yeah.
necessarily.
Agree.
EP, Sean, thoughts?
Look, I've actually had a mate who is in the exact same boat.
Yeah.
And they actually started cleaning the mother-in-law's house.
Wow.
So they started doing it's curbside collection, and
Yeah.
they just started throwing some things away until they actually had a room
Yeah.
big enough for the child to be in without the mold and the dust and everything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they kind of secretly started cleaning her house.
That's not a bad idea.
for her.
Yeah.
That's not a bad
There's
idea.
ways around that too. Oh, whoops. So I accidentally set your house on fire. Start again.
Oh, Jesus.
I worked with someone whose mother was a chronic alcoholic, and so what he started doing is swapping out the actual wine, for non-alcoholic wine. And she didn't even realise.
That's very... Did you think she was getting drunk?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
But then he would bring the wine to work and, try and
Yeah.
make us take it home. But it was horrible. It was cat's PI55.
I know exactly who you're talking about because he
Yes.
also worked at our work as well.
Yes, he did. He did.
And I won't say who it is, but we sing a song saying, "Don't pay the ferryman."
Don't ever.
Wow.
All right, 13 24 10. Your thoughts on this one? Get involved. We need some jury members. Have you been in this position? 13 24 10. Give us a call.
Judge Jody.
Take us through it, Judge. What do we got again?
Husband and wife just moved back to Adelaide. They've had a little girl. They can't afford childcare. They want to use the mother-in-law, but she's a chronic hoarder. What do you do on this front? 13 24 10. Get involved. Let's take a call, Hayesy. Let's go to Katie from Flagstaff Hill. Hi, Katie.
Good morning.
Hi. What are your thoughts on this one?
I'm going to be a bit controversial and say, if it's free, it's free. Suck it up. I know times are tough, but if she's offering that she is a hoarder and you don't feel comfortable, it's an option.
Right.
And $0 means you probably can't really dictate the terms as much as you want to be able to.
Okay, fair enough. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, Andrew
it's a
Hayes. Thank you
tough
so
one.
much, Katie. I'm ready to make a ruling.
Really?
Yep.
Because the problem with that, well, of course, is next minute you lost your child into just a jungle of hoardism. Where is he? And you can hear the voice. Where are you?
Oh, baby, here.
Dad,
Mama, help!
help! You live here now. Oh.
This is a pretty easy one for me this morning, I reckon. There is no chance in hell I'm leaving my kid in a hoarder house. No chance. I don't care if it's your mother-in-law. I would be happy to have the conversation and explain why. I think either do it on neutral territory or you're going to have to find a way to pay for childcare, unfortunately.
I'm so glad you said hoarder house too.
Yeah. That's my ruling.
Oh, there you go.
Case adjourned.
Thoughts on that? Get involved. Send us a text 0400 919 919. Jodie and Hayesy on Adelaide's Nova 919. Wow, topic. How good. Do yourself a favour and jump on the socials at Nova 919 or Jodie and Hayesy and just have a little look at what was an epic red room. Topics alive. Are we alive? Maybe not.
Jodie and Hayesy, dead or alive?
Confirmation, producer Zoe. Who in this room right now is in fact dead or alive? Because I'll tell you what, last night was pretty solid.
Yeah, feeling a little dead, a little dusty. But good morning.
You can't be a little bit dead, doll. That's like being a little bit pregnant. You either are dead or you're not.
Wait, that's a thing?
Hey, take us through this, Zoe. What's the premise of this
Well,
game?
it's dead or alive. I'm going to give you a few celebrity names, read you a little bio. You got to tell me if they're still with us or not.
Okay.
I'm try not to celebrate too much if you correct.
Yes.
Will you guess a death? All right, first up. James Avery.
You see, I can't force you to do anything you don't want to do. But these are my kids. As long as you keep the hair, you're all grounded.
James LaRue Avery, an American actor best known for his role as Philip Banks in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, as well as Shredder in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and many, many more. Born November 1945, dead or alive.
Phil, so he was the dad?
The uncle.
Oh, the uncle?
Yeah,
yes.
Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil.
Have you watched the new series of Fresh Prince? Like they've done a new modern adaptation.
That Will Smith produces it.
I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I mean, I feel like a 12-year-old girl watching it, but it's really good.
Good.
Anyway, so...
Sorry.
Okay,
So
we digress.
James Avery, Uncle Phil, dead or alive?
I'm going to say that Big Phil's not with us anymore.
Jodes?
I'm going to say alive.
He's died.
Yeah.
What did we say about celebrating death?
Yeah. Sensitivity, please.
Yes. Sorry, Phil. Whoops. What's that? Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that?
All right.
Nah, it's not funny.
What did he die of? Do we know?
I think it was complications from a heart surgery.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's really brought down the tone, hasn't it?
Well, you asked. So, we'll redeem ourselves here. Anthony Hopkins.
Read Marcus Aurelius. Of each particular thing, ask, what is it in itself? What is its nature? What does he do, this man you seek?
Sir Philip Anthony Hopkins, CBE, a Welsh actor, director and producer, one of Britain's most recognisable and prolific actors, known for many performances on screen and stage, notably Hannibal Lecter in the cult classic Silence of the Lambs.
Bottle of Chianti.
Born December...
Oh, don't you do that with your mouth. Not with those Invisalign. That's disgusting. There's spit all over the panel now.
Oh,
yes.
that's right.
Imagine if Anthony Hopkins in Silence of the Lambs also had Invisalign.
Oh, horrifying.
When we film that bit. Wouldn't that be a spit fest?
Born in December 1937. Is he still alive? Dead
He's
or
still
alive?
alive.
Still
yeah,
alive?
he's alive. He's alive for sure.
Correct. He's still alive. Well done, both of you. 2-1 to Hayesy. Jodes?
Would have heard about it if old Hoppo fell off the perch, wouldn't
Yes. There'd be a news article or two.
Yeah, one or two.
Hoppo. Do you think his mates call him Hoppo?
we? I think so.
Big Hoppo.
If they don't, they should.
Yeah.
They're shit mates if they're not.
Big Tones Hoppo. Big Tones.
All right. Right, Jodes, here's your chance to redeem yourself or Hayesy to take the win.
Yep.
What's the score?
It's 2-1. You're down. Sorry. Yeah. All right. Bill Nye.
Do you feel that dark abyss? All your deeds laid bare, all your sins punished.
William Francis Nye, an English actor. He started his career in theatre before his breakout role in Love Actually as naughty musician Billy Mack, which earned him a BAFTA award. He gained further recognition portraying Davy Jones in the Pirates of the Caribbean series and Victor in the Underworld series. Born December 1949, dead or alive?
Alive.
I'm going to say alive as well.
Correct, he is alive. Again, really good for the score, except yours. Sorry about that. So 3-2. Hayesy wins, which means Jode's coffee on you.
Yeah, traditionally it's a coffee, but Barocca, thanks.
Jodie and Hayes's Ask Us Anything.
You really thrive in this situation, don't you? Because you get to throw some barbs out there, Sean.
I do, and I get to know more about the team that I work with every day.
Oh, mate, you know us pretty well.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Wait till the listeners find out what happens off the mics.
Oh, yeah. Get involved in this as well. Breakfast at nova919.com.au. Ask us anything. Nothing's off limits to a degree.
All right. Now, I know you're a little bit dusty after last night, so get ready for these questions. All right. Morning, guys. This is from Shani from Semaphore, by the way. Morning, guys. Happy Friday. I'm just wanting to know if you guys could change one thing about your partner, what would it be?
Ooh, okay. This could get us in a whole heap of trouble. Can I start?
Sure.
Something that annoys me no end is when I, for example, will bend over the dishwasher to pull out or put in some dishes. He will aggressively attack me from behind. Aggressively.
That's love.
That's love. That's not love. And it is so irritating. Like, I can't even begin to tell you every single time I bend. And then he proceeds to blame me for not bending at the knees.
Maybe.
It's my fault. It's my fault because I bend from my hips.
Maybe he's trying to play jump frog, but he can't jump as high as he thinks he can.
Can't leap that high.
Just can't quite get over there.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
So I do this thing where sometimes I like to get some small lyrics stuck in my head, and just like a couple of lyrics. So, for example, girls as players too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to repeatedly say the same thing for a good 3 or 4 weeks straight, just cruising around the house going randomly. Because girls as players too. And then sometimes mid-conversation with my wife, be like, also, Cara, girls as players too. How does she not appreciate that?
Cara,
how's that not appreciated?
Because we feel your pain, Cara.
Hang on. But that's something you do. What about something she does that you don't like?
No, I don't like that she doesn't like it.
Oh.
So that's what I'd change about her.
Well, she likes everything that you do. Right.
That's one of the main
I
things.
get how that's on her now.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. All right. Our question number 2 is from Phil from Marion. Morning, guys. I must say I was a Ben and Liam fan, and I was a bit sceptical about you guys, but I must say I'm hooked and I'm loving the new show. Oh, thanks, Phil.
That's Philly.
Yeah.
Good on
My
you,
question is what has been the greatest moments of your life so far, excluding starting this year's show?
That's a pretty easy one. All my kids. 4 kids. I've had 4 greatest moments. All equal. They're all equal. Because I love them equally.
Yeah, do you though?
There's not one that really stands out and I go, oh, God, I love you the most. It doesn't happen.
Sure?
Yeah, positive.
You say that with a twitch in your eye.
What about you, greatest moment?
See, I honestly, like, there's a few things, like, so winning a premiership, like, feels really good.
4 times.
And then, I think... But then, yeah, I didn't think that you'd be able to sort of capture that sort of feeling again. And then first child comes along and it was just this unbelievable feeling that you just can't capture, you can't bottle. Like, and obviously it's different for you, it was different for my wife. Cara was on another planet. But it was just, it was the most... It's the best feeling I've ever had in my life.
It's incredible.
So my wedding day as well was really, really nice. It was really emotional and that was beautiful.
Yeah.
But that particular moment when Henry came out was just, I haven't felt anything like that until Lottie came out.
Yeah.
And there's really special, different feelings which you can't really, what's the word I'm looking for? Define. You can't.
You sort of, like, you never really, like, you think you know what love is. And then you have a child and it's just, like, escalates to another planet, another level, doesn't it?
I want to know what love is. I want you to show me.
Why did you take that really
I want to
nice...
feel what love
Why
is.
did you take that nice moment and ruin it with your stupid lyrics again? Are you going to do that to your wife for the next 2 weeks now?
I want to feel what love is.
Oh, gosh. For our audience, I'm going to move on to our third and final question. This one's come from Bastian from Stirling. Morning, Jodie and Hayesy. I would like to know what age you were when you settled down in your relationship. I have just hit 33 and I feel like I've still got a good 5 or 10 years inside me.
Oh, jeez. Goodness me.
I'm the wrong person to come to on this one.
Yeah.
I got married at 21 the first time.
Wow.
Yeah, divorced by 26.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Opened that little can of words, didn't you? Sebastian, is that his name?
No, Bastian. But
Just Bastian.
Just Bastian.
Oh, Bastion. It's
Thanks,
time.
thanks, Bastian, for opening up some old wounds.
Bassy boy, it's probably time to grow up, I reckon. And recruit the SE in front of your name as well. Get that back there.
Yeah.
Mine was about 28, I reckon. And before that, so early 20s and even mid-20s, it was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to settle down. But then, like, there's different types of blokes. Ones where you know they're just not going to settle down, ever. And there's other guys, and I think I'm in this category, where if you are with the right person, then it just sort of clicks and you settle down. And that's what happened to me.
Yeah. And there's another type. There's the ones that know in their heads they will never settle down, but settle down anyway.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not good for anyone.
Almost like a ticking time bomb, Sean.
Happy with those answers?
Next minute, something outrageous happens, and then you're a story on Judge Jodie.
I was going to say, I think we've got some Judge Jodie stories coming up very, very soon.
Speaking of all things good that happened with Jodie, Jodie's Diary up next.
Oh, yes. It's a collection of my thoughts throughout the week. No, it's not. It's just a chance to whack you, isn't it?
It's that time of the day. We like to call it Jodie's Diary, but I feel like it's a chance for Jodie just to have a crack at me. Anyway, enjoy.
Jodie's Diary.
Dear Diary, well, what an absolute shit show it's been this week. Normally it's Andrew who stuffs up, but on this occasion I squarely blame another Andrew. the suburb. Except from Andrews Farms. Andrews Farms. Sorry. Andrews Farms.
I didn't know that Andrew owns several farms. I thought he just had the one.
And my other suburb nemesis made a return. Let's go to Rebecca from Seafood Meadows. Whose team are you on from Seafood Meadows? And apparently I really like to double down on information.
That's right. Every single game. Plus it comes with full reciprocal rights to other venues like the MCG and Marvel Stadium.
Which one's the Western Stand?
Western State. I think that's on the western side. I don't know how else to explain it.
Every single game, plus it comes with full reciprocal rights to other footy venues like the MCG and Marvel Stadium. We crossed to LA to speak to the consummate pro Sonia Kruger, who spoke about another pro that once got caught up with Hugh Grant in the back of a car.
He's had a bit of a history in his life. There have been a few things that have gone down for Hugh, pardon the pun, but there was some interesting press a while back in Hollywood, corner of Hollywood and Vine, as I remember correctly, something like that.
Diary, I revealed that my husband has organised a 2-week trip overseas in Europe, leaving me at home with the kids, which was really well received by my loyal team.
I think we can safely start this chant. Greg, 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 Greg.
Turns out they love my husband as much as Hayesy and I unashamedly love Chad Kruger. It's the fact that Avril hasn't been nominated for about 46 years because she hasn't had a hit for a while.
Is she Canadian?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought to get rid of protesters, she just would have played a bit of the X's music. In saying that, can I just say?
Yeah.
I don't want to be one of those people that hates on Nickelback for no reason.
Oh, never hate on Nickelback. I love them.
Good stuff. Yeah. In saying that, I could not find that in the system.
Okay.
Had to bring it in from an outside source.
Okay, that's fine. And finally, Hayesy joined the shit show.
A big show coming up as well. Judge Jodie.
Yes, she returns with a dilemma.
Whoops.
What? No.
Judge Jodie. Sorry, I said the wrong thing. How ridiculous. I was like, hang on, Judge Jodie. That was yesterday.
What do you mean, Jodie?
And I'm the one who's saying that. Get the wrong sheet here. That's okay. Here we go. I'm dead or alive.
It turns out he's the ringmaster.
Has Evelyn just swooped in and become the queen of maths?
Yeah, she had. Something I didn't know that producer Zoe told me, she partied with Justin Bieber and they might have hooked up. Then you had some gossip of your own this morning.
Do you know what my brain just said?
What?
Producer Zoe just hooked up with Justin Timberlake.
Wait, Justin Bieber hooked up with Evelyn from Mass, not producer Zoe with Justin Timberlake. And then you had some gossip about Devin Booker.
So Justin Timberlake hooked up with producer Sean, who's married to Zoe, who's in a relationship with Abby, who's married to producer Sean.
You had one job, and that was to talk about Devin Booker and Jenna Ortega from Wednesday.
Devin is a type of meat. Wednesday is a day of the week.
And he was so happy for Alicia, he congratulated her twice. Let's go to Alicia from Aberfoyle Park. You're coming tonight.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. We'll see you tonight.
Shaw from Pennington?
Cow.
Feel like having a bit of a party on a Thursday night?
Yeah, absolutely. Who doesn't?
Exactly right.
Exactly right. All right, we'll see you tonight.
Alicia.
Yeah, I'm still here.
So we just spoke to Alicia.
Sorry, I just went back. Just pushing all these buttons like, oh, what's this one do? What's this one do? And they just sort of all mash together. That's fine. All right.
You want to go back to Alicia again?
Hey, can we call Alicia again? We'd like to speak to her for a third time.
So to Alicia, well done once again. Congrats also to producer Zoe and Justin Timberlake on their burgeoning romance. And to my absent husband, have a great weekend.
Well, there you go. Just another opportunity to really air your thoughts, which actually really destroy my heart. Just kidding. It was a lot of fun.